Hi there, I'm Frank Hanson with Iowa Realty, and I'm here today with Trent Litten from the Professional Music Center in Clive. Thanks for being here today, Trent.
My absolute pleasure.
Good. I'd like to talk about what we're here to do. First
Sure.
of all, we have a website called parkbench.com /Clive, and we're trying to get people to shop local and to know those who live and work in the community.
Excellent.
So that's the purpose of our interview today.
All right.
And I'd like you to tell me a little bit about how you got started in the Professional Music Center.
Sure.
Here.
Fair enough. Well, first of all, Professional Music Centers, we're a very specialized music store, retail music store. We specialize in guitars of all sorts, acoustic, electric, ukuleles, basically any stringed instrument with frets on it. And we've been in business for nearly 30 years now, various locations around the metro area, but for the past 17, we've been here in Clive.
Oh, nice.
And we teach the instrument, we buy, sell, trade, and we also do a lot of repairs, restorations, and valuations of antique and collectible instruments as well. That's one of our pocket specialties.
Right. About how many square feet do you have here of instruments?
Well, as far as our showroom goes, we're pretty sizable. I'd say we're right around 4,500 on our total square footage here.
I noticed, by the way, we have a little friend behind us playing the guitar.
We have a lot of friends here. We find ways in the cold winter months to amuse ourselves by having a little fun here with our decor.
Is this one of the Blues Brothers?
It's one of them. The other ones we can't account for. I have no idea.
Okay.
Maybe.
All right. About how many guitars do you have here?
Well, it's funny. We have quite a few. If you walk into our store, we're a multi-level store, so we have guitars on the first and second levels both. I would say on display on hooks, we probably have somewhere between 600 and 700
Wow.
on the wall, and then in various storage areas here in the shop, we also have probably another 100 to 200 vintage and collectible guitars that are available upon request. We just simply don't have the means of putting them all out on display.
Right.
But we do house quite a collection of sought-after instruments that has garnered us some attention from pop stars and people that we're all familiar with. When they tour through town, they come visit us, and quite often
Oh, nice.
add a piece to their collection on the way.
I noticed you have one on the wall over there that's signed by somebody. I don't.
Yeah, actually, the one on the wall is Rick Nielsen from Cheap Trick. It was one of his actual
Oh, nice.
touring guitars in the 1980s, and it's just a bit of a memento. He signed it with his signature and a bit of a caricature that he adds to his
Oh, I see.
to his
Okay.
name when he does signatures.
How did you get started here? I mean, did you have a lot of interest in guitars? Or?
Well, yeah, music in general is something that I think we can all agree benefits people.
Right.
And again, I just happen to land with guitars. My background was cello, piano, and guitar. And from a teenager, I've had a fascination and insatiable quest to get as many guitars in my hands as possible. They're all different. They're all organic products made from wood. There's no two that are exactly the same because of that.
Right.
And it's just a passion that hasn't died over the years for me. I mean, music just continues to be a part of my life, whether I'm playing it or listening to it, watching somebody else play, or playing myself in a band. And I find now at my age, I'm as enthusiastic as I've ever been about music.
Do you have a band?
Currently, I don't, but over the years, I've been fortunate in that I've been able to play around town quite a bit with a number of wonderful musicians, and I'm just waiting for the phone to ring. Perhaps somebody will see this and say, I need a guitar player, so feel free to give me a call.
Who would you say is the most famous person you've played with?
Well, I mean, they're all famous to me because they're all friends of mine. But no, I really don't have that kind of a background in music in terms of playing with people. But we have a lot of notable people that come through the store and that I have a business relationship with for years, because what we do here is somewhat niche and very specific in all of Iowa. I don't believe there's a store that houses as many different instruments available for purchase at any one location. So we're very proud of that.
There's so many stringed instruments in here, ukuleles and banjos,
Yeah, there's something for everybody.
Hawaiian guitars.
It doesn't matter on your style of music. You could be into blues, classical, rock, country. It just doesn't matter. The guitar is an instrument that adapts to most styles of music, much like the piano, for instance.
Right. Yeah. Well, you want to tell everybody where you're located exactly?
Sure. You bet. We're located on 86th Street between Hickman and University Avenue in the 86th Street corridor. We share a building with Bar Bike and Fitness, who's a staple in the Clive area. They've been here for quite a long time. So we're fortunate to share a building with people that have a passion as equal as ours, just in a different area of hobby. So we get along quite well, and this place makes for a great spot for us because we have huge ceilings, big wide open feel, and we have kind of a vibe to our store. We're not into the real heavy retail aspect of it. I mean, you're not going to see commission salespeople running around trying to close people, and you're not going to. We have great prices and a ton of guitars, and I think. When it comes to music, the most important thing I try to keep in mind is that everybody's different, and so what appeals to yourself, what appeals to me, what appeals to somebody else is really quite different. So we're here to explore that and get people what they're really looking for.
Right. I'd rather play guitar than I would ride a bike.
That makes two of us.
But
easier. If you ask my wife, she'd probably rather have me do the bike.
Well, I really appreciate you taking the time today to talk to us.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you for the opportunity. It's great.
And certainly, if you want to see this interview, you can go on parkbench.com /Clive, and you'll be able to see it there, and we'll probably see it on Facebook. Here we are again with Trent, and Trent, you want to tell us a little bit about where we are?
You bet. We're standing in our bass department right now. This is on our second level of the store. We've carved out a nice space for bass players from beginner to advanced. We also have a large selection here. As you look around, this is nothing but bass and bass related gear. So there's a special place for bass players here at our store, and you guys are always welcome. So.
And the lady in the gas mask is...
Well, that was just a silly idea one night. I don't know. There's too much time spent on eBay and too much clearance on my credit card, I'm afraid. Welcome to our high-end acoustic room. This is also located on the second floor of our store. This is what I consider to be one of the crown jewels of our business. This is where we house the hand-built American-made instruments of high value, most of which are Martin guitars. We are a long-standing Martin guitar dealer. Martin is the oldest and most established guitar company in the United States, and they make a wonderful high-end instrument that is one for the ages. And people are welcome to come up here and spend some time listening to these fine instruments. We have it acoustically isolated, so you'll never hear anything going on outside of this room. So you can really enjoy the nuances, the things that make these guitars special, the devil's in the details, and we've always got a great selection of Martin guitars here. All right, here we're taking a look from the upstairs onto our main level, which is below us. And this has our big wall of guitars on it. These are all electric guitars. We've got several hundred, as you can see, on display. We carry a lot of Fender guitars, a number of brands, too long to mention. But we also have a large selection of accessories and pedals. We also have another room with amplifiers and a second acoustic room where we have guitars starting out at just around $99 and going up.
Just wanted to thank you again. I noticed right behind you is Rick Nielsen guitar.
It is.
Yeah.
Rick Nielsen's guitar from Cheap Trick.
But I wanted to thank you again for the interview, and certainly if people are looking for a guitar or a stringed instrument,
yes, sir,
they can look you up.
Absolutely.
In Clive.
That's correct. We're on 86th Street. We teach a lot of lessons here as well. So come pay us a visit. We'd love to see you.